Welcome to the show. My name is Joe. And yeah, we got some cool stuff lined up for you. And here's one tip. uh, here's one tip. My music did not start sounding good until that little green line right there started going down. Okay. When I shut up, now there's fans and the doors open and everything, but when I shut up, watch what happens. Shh. Did you see how far down that went? It not only went all the way down, it went down below all the way down. So that's just a tip, okay? You're probably, but Joe, why? Why? Because when this little green line goes down below, oh my God, that is, what does that mean? That means your sound sounds great. And you don't have to worry about peaks. See, that's the thing I always thought. McPeak thought it was about the peaks. I'm sorry. It's not about the peaks. It's about locking the RMS. And I'll show you how to do that right now. Watch. Oh, I forgot to put the sound card on. This is and it doesn't take a compressor, and it doesn't take an EQ, and it doesn't take anything except setting a line level. Once you set this one line, everything else is whoosh. Okay? Now, what I've learned and what I do is there's only one thing you need to mix. The drums to the bass, and that's not mixing. Here, I got to tell you something. There you go. Yo, Bo. Okay, so there's only one thing you need to so-called mix, because it's not really mixing, folks. No, it's not really mixing. You know why it's not mixing? Because when you turn one up, the other one goes down. That's not mixing. When I turn down the bass, the drums go up. When I turn the drums down, the bass comes up. That's not mixing. That's a mess. That's a trick. So the trick of it is, you see where my drums are? Right at 0, right? You see where my master is? Right at 0, right? So nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, needs to be mixed. It's a reference line, not a line to move. Okay? So the only line to move in here on these 3 tracks is this bass, and you don't have to move it if you don't want. You can just type in the number. The number is going to be -10. And there it's set at -10. Why? Because if you don't have the bass at -10 and the difference of the drums being on 0, you know what's going to happen? It's going to mess up the entire mix. The mix is what it is. Mixing is not what you do. All right, we've been streaming for 4.5 minutes, and now we're going to move to checking the flaps. And if it wasn't for the bass sounding that way, and the drums sounding this way. God, that's just devastating in my headphones. Okay, no, we're going to go to another one. Let's go to this one. All right. Again, look at the bass to the drums. The bass to the drums, that's all that needs to be set. You don't even have to mix that. That is not a mix. That's a relationship. That's different than mixing. So as long as your drums are at 0, that means you can draw a straight diagonal line to the bass level. That is the perfect bass level, and it doesn't need to be any more or less. Why? Because it needs the drums to be at 0. The bass needs to be at -16. Otherwise, the entire mix is wrecked without that little air bubble. Okay? Here we go. Hey! Very superstitious. Yeah! Hey! Okay, so guys, we gotta go. That was just a quick 5-minute demonstration on how to set the relationship between the drum level and the bass level so that the whole song has a nice tidy bubble to ride in. Because if you don't have that nice tidy bubble with the diagonal relationship to the bass, your whole mix, and that's what it is, it's a mix. You don't mix because when you turn it up, another one goes down. So mixing isn't doing that. That's not mixing, that's a mess. Thank you for watching, folks. Let's go!